Hey everyone, JhN here, and we're talking about meditation. I'm going to have a couple videos on meditation. I've got a bunch out about mindfulness, and I'll explain the correlation between the two shortly. So please be sure to subscribe to this channel so that you can benefit from all the different videos I'm putting out there, and hit that notifications button so you know when I've released something new. So let's get started. Meditation. We hear of all of the benefits: clearer mind, more focus and concentration, we have higher levels of energy, we feel more rested, we're just more peacefuler. Is that a word, peacefuler? No, not a word? Okay. We're just more peacefulerist. So we hear about all of the benefits from our friends and family members and people we even run into. We can even sometimes get shamed for not meditating, which is kind of hilarious. Meditation has a tremendous amount of benefits. We have more clarity. We find ourselves being more at peace in a day-to-day basis. We're also able to focus a lot better, and we do get more rest. We do feel a sense of energy that wasn't there before. So we have to tie all that into the benefits of meditation so you can see you really have a lot going for you when you implement a healthy meditation program. I'm only touching on a few of the benefits of meditation. There are endless benefits that I'm not going to list off now, and there are also endless reasons why people meditate. Some of them not so typical, such as using meditation as a guide for astral projection and lucid dreaming, speaking to the spirits in the beyond, or dancing with source. But I'm gonna keep it simple here. My whole goal today is to teach us how to release thought, what I call our expressive mind, to be in a state where we are free of that expressive mind and all the incessant kind of unbeneficial thoughts that don't add to our day-to-day. We're going to reside within awareness, within true presence of our environment, of our true self, and try to learn how to enjoy the peace, the serenity, and the purpose and fulfillment that flows in once we turn off that expressive mind. But to be without thought, so you're just going to be some mindless, non-thinking kind of idiot creature? Not exactly. When I'm talking about being without thought, I'm just talking about residing within a very tranquil, peaceful state of being utterly and actually more aware, because your senses are a little bit heightened when you're not just concentrating on all those expressive, rambling thoughts that are ceaselessly flowing through your mind. So we can tune in to awareness, to presence of our immediate environment, and just really enjoy that. The silence, the stillness that permeates our being. We sit and enjoy a certain level of life that usually doesn't come around very often unless we have or find ourselves vacationing somewhere and sitting in a meadow or on the beach with the waves lapping up, and we're not worrying about all of our stresses, anxieties, and fears and angers and whatnot. But we can experience that without having to book a flight and travel and try to recreate that through this kind of anomaly of our environment. We can do it in the comfort of our own home. So meditation is a practice in mindfulness, for being mindful of what our current reality holds and focusing on that truth. It's kind of like a rock climber, right? When he or she is out climbing a mountain cliff or the bluffs or whatever it is that they find themselves on, they're actually mountain climbing there. But when they go to the gym and they're working out and doing pull-ups and forearm exercises and squats to prepare their muscles for mountain climbing, they're not mountain climbing. They're training to be better at mountain climbing when they find themselves in that situation. That's what meditation is. So we are retraining our mental muscles so that when we are navigating a real life event, such as something disrupting or discontenting us, a life situation, an event or circumstance, or even a person, we can come to that meditative state, that peace, that tranquility, so we don't get super emotional and reactive to that event or person or situation. We're going to reside within that healthy state of being that is peace and tranquility. So meditation is a practice so that when we come around that person we don't like or that situation, we can navigate it better without losing our cool and actually find a nice place to be in peace and tranquility. Our minds are a tool, like a saw or a pencil or an iPad. They can be used for a particular function in a certain capacity, but once we're done using in that capacity, we kind of want to silence the mind. We want to turn it off. Just like if we have a hammer and we go hang some portraits on the wall, we're not using that same hammer to wash the dishes and fold laundry. We put it away when we're done with it, and we use it when we need it. That's how we're going to retrain our mind, through releasing thought. We're kind of releasing it as in we're observing what thoughts are beneficial and which ones are not. Eventually, we're going to calm down and see that all thoughts are just thoughts. We decide which ones will enter our mind and which ones won't. And therefore, we're kind of sifting through the unbeneficial thoughts that are claimed unbeneficial, and we don't have to allow those into our mind. And without those unbeneficial thoughts, we're not experiencing the negative emotions such as anger, worry, resentment, self-doubt, anxiety, stress, panic, worry, even depression, and all those other negative, toxic emotional states that we don't want and that take away from the peace in our lives. So we're going to turn off that expressive mind and reside within the peace, and everything gets a little brighter, a little bit more beautiful, and we're able to experience more joy on a regular basis, because we're seeing the good and we're able to reside within that beauty, within that good, and relish it as well. So I did a video on how to meditate, but this is why. Why are we going to incorporate this practice into our lives? We kind of see the benefits here, but you have to try it for yourself. It's like me telling you that roller coaster is really going to change your life. I can't describe to you how it's going to do that and what the experience is going to feel like. You have to go ride it for yourself, and then you'll start seeing. With meditation too. But if I were to tell you that yoga or rock climbing or Pilates or surfing was going to change your life for all the better, those first few days, those first few attempts might be a little bit challenging, so you got to stick with it. Like any athletic pursuit or hobby, time, dedication, and commitment will usher in a state of success and comfortability. It won't be so hard. So give yourself time to get used to your meditation practice, but the more you put into it, the easier it'll get. So this is what we want to incorporate on a regular basis, day to day, sometimes twice a day if you can and your schedule permits. I meditate in the morning and then again in the evening. It's literally the first and last thing I do during my day. And I experience a tremendous amount of benefits. But like any hobby, any athletic pursuit that you are pursuing and spending time in your life, the more commitment you have to it, the more time you put into it, and the more investment you have, the more dedication towards that, the better you're going to be. It's going to get a lot easier, a lot quicker, and you're going to reap the rewards of having all that time committed to meditation. The thing is about meditation is that it seeps into every other facet of your life, every capacity of your life. So it makes you more patient with the kids, with the people at work. It makes you more peaceful while you encounter certain situations that are not ideal. So anything and everything in your life, meditation will benefit that. So it's not like surfing and rock climbing. Those are great hobbies and athletic pursuits, and you're gonna feel really good when you're doing yoga and Pilates and working out in the gym and whatnot. But with meditation, it literally transcends everything that you do and makes it better, makes it more peaceful, and you're experiencing an added value of joy throughout those occasions. So with meditation, we're literally retraining our minds to be without thought and to reside within the peaceful state that flows in when the thought leaves. This helps us navigate any situation where we find ourselves unhappy, where we're discontented, and we can tell when we're unhappy by the negative emotion we are experiencing. A lot of times we're not just going to get a negative emotion to occur like that. We're going to have a thought, and that thought is, I don't want this situation, this person, or this event to be what it is. And then we get the negative emotion, stress, anxiety, anger, depression. So we need to retrain our minds so that we can turn it off before we experience that negative emotion. And that's what we're doing with meditation, with releasing that thought. We're training it so that we allow certain thoughts and we don't allow others. We're using the mind for that problem solving, for scheduling our day, for considering and reflecting about certain events and learning from them. But the rambling, incessant, unbeneficial thoughts that drum up with that negative emotion, we're silencing those and turning that off and residing within the peace that flows through once our mind is silenced. And through that observation, through that realization, we're going to start seeing the power of thought. The power of beneficial thought and unbeneficial thought. They're both come down to being thought, and it will start being very clear to you that thought determines your state of being. You will see that I'm either content or discontented, and it depends on what's going on in here, not what's going on out there. This perception of my external environment equates to my level of being, whether I'm happy or sad or pissed or angry or stressed out or depressed or fulfilled or not, or insecure or not insecure. You get the point. Your mind determines your state of being. So through mindfulness, through meditation, you determine the kind of life, the quality of life that you experience. So it is a really tremendous investment in your time to implement a healthy meditation routine. So again, I have that other video that teaches you how to do that for beginners. I also have a really helpful guide on Amazon Kindle. You can pick it up at Amazon.com. The link is below in the description, and I believe it's floating above my head now. So that is a Kindle guide. That'll be a great resource for you guys, but also incorporating the meditation on a day-to-day basis and reading self-help books about mindfulness and some other principles that will help your life. You're getting a better grasp on your mind and retraining it to exist in that peaceful state of being. So please, if you've liked this video, give it the thumbs up if you think I deserved it. Please comment below, ask some questions. I'm here to help. And of course, subscribe and hit that notifications button so that you know when I'm coming out with new videos and you can enjoy those and hopefully learn from them too. So until next time, thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed the show.